Bitcoin braces for major Fed rate cuts decision this week. The Fed is likely to keep interest rates unchanged at its March 19 meeting with a 97% probability, they say, of maintaining the current policy. But there is one wild card, you guys. If you're new here, my name is Gabby Trades, and here is where we do technical analysis on crypto and equities every day from Monday to Thursday at 6 p.m. UTC time. Please like and subscribe if you haven't to help boost this channel. You know what we do. And yeah, let's get started. Sugar cookie, like. Now, markets anticipate 3 rate cuts totaling 75 basis points within the next year, starting in June, actually this year, right? It's not next year, June 2025, right? Upcoming economic projections may adjust GDP and inflation slightly. Now, we have the FOMC, and their plot shows that they have varied rate cut expectations for 2025 because that's all reflecting all of the tariffs uncertainty. Right now, despite that we've had disinflationary signs, core inflation is still high, you guys. We need to keep that in mind. So we know that the Fed is aiming for 2% inflation, right? And he's very cautiously monitoring how the tariffs are impacting. And also they're, on top of that, they're, worried about the economic indicators. So it's a lot. Hi, Ed. Hello. Sorry, I'm just watching the chat. It's great to have you guys. Now, what else do we have? We have the US labor market, which is stable, right? And it continues to grow. We have job gains and low unemployment, but the economic growth projections are lowered, right? Due to the trade uncertainties. Now, the Fed is kind of adopting a wait and see type of approach for the future rate adjustments. Now, if we talk about the wild card, right, we have Trump administration's tariffs policies, right? They're very unpredictable, and the swings in the trade policy are super unstable, and they're adding uncertainties to businesses, and they're delaying investments and like hiring decisions, right? That makes sense. So if tariffs lead to higher inflation, rate cuts could be delayed, right? But if they weigh too much on growth, the Fed may need to act sooner than expected. Hi, Dottie. Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing? So this is what we're looking at. And to be honest with you, even though we have 97% chance is what they say, I think that this week might be a little bit wilder than everyone is expecting. And I'll show you why on the charts. First, let's see how's the music. Everyone was excited to see my hair today. Yes, I have highlights, but you can't really see much. Should we do a little bit higher? The music, I can't hear you guys. Good day, Australians in here. Okay, let's move on to the charts. So what do we have today? I was looking at the charts and I'm like, okay, bias is bullish, but this is what's happening. I kind of wanted to participate today. So this is the trade that I took earlier today on a lower time frame. Unfortunately, it was just before pre-market. So I was like, this is going to get really, really annoying. And it actually did. Now we entered here, then price started swinging like crazy. Then it came down here. So I locked profits and I was like, here, I was already preparing the stream. Now, the idea of this setup is that we're chasing this liquidity down here on the 5-minute time frame. This is a weak low. I wanted to see a price, spike up to clear that high, which happened. And then I saw confirmation here, and I was like, this is a good trade to enter. However, before market, it's like very uncertain. So you have to manage a lot. Which is boring and annoying, but that's what you have to do. But as you can see, the trade is playing out perfectly. But because of the pre-market condition, you'd have these kind of manipulation spikes a lot, which is very, very annoying. But ultimately, we know that we're chasing this low down here. Now, why did I secure this trade in advance? Obviously, because I'm streaming. I have told you guys many times, streaming and trading is very, very hard because, you know, you have to pick one or the other, or just secure your trade and manage in advance, knowing the conditions of the market and the uncertainty pre-market open, which is huge. And also knowing that we're trading against bias, which at the moment is bullish, right? But we saw this weak low here, and we know that this weak low needed to be cleared, which is happening right now. So all in all, very beautiful trade, pain in the backside, but as we speak now, we're hitting take profit. So it's beautiful to know that we still got what it takes to find a good trade in this market conditions. So that's nice to see. From here on, we have this support down here at 82,487.5. So knowing that the bias is bullish, I think this is a good opportunity to look for longs, right? It's going to be a risky trade, obviously, because the invalidation is down here. But yeah, we have just been bouncing like this, so there is no reason why price shouldn't bounce one more time from this support, right? We've taken the week high, as we can see, and there is immediate reaction in price. So that's interesting. Okay, let's get rid of that because I'm not interested in that trade anymore. It has done what it needs to do. Now, like we said, on a higher time frame, invalidation for our bias will be trading below this low, but I somehow prefer for price to bounce from here and take our target first on the 4-hour, where I will be looking for some sort of reaction. Let me show you on the 4-hour what I'm talking about. Okay, so here we have our 4-hour target, which is brilliant, 85,150 approximately. We have our support zone, which also lines up with the Asia low. By the way, the trade that was taken on the 5-minute time frame, it was just before the Asia high of the Asia session high was taken, and then there was confirmation on the lower time frame for a short, as well as liquidity to the downside, which was down here. So all these things, you guys, we're gonna learn together when I organize the course for you. By the way, do you guys like the green light? If you notice, we have a green light behind us now. That's I think it's way better than the blue/purple light that we had. Let me know if you guys like it. So yeah, this is wait, I can't really see what you guys are saying. Bullfred really likes it. Okay, that's cool. Thank you. So yes, invalidation is down here for the 4-hour strategy. We know that this strategy is very, very strong. Unless we start creating any fractal highs or lows, I don't see any reason why we should be switching bias right now. And on top of everything, we have this support here, so it's very possible that price can just drop to here and manipulate now with US open, and then just come up and take that target. Now, if this happens, right? Let's say let's start if this doesn't happen, okay? Because there is always two scenarios. We need to be prepared for both scenarios. We've taken the weak low here. We're not interested in that. So, right, let's see if that doesn't happen. If that doesn't happen, price is going to continue down and sweep this fractal low here. So if that happens, we know what's good. We need to take our time and wait for another confirmation on the 4-hour. This is what needs to happen. So we get the bias for the 4-hour strategy, whether it's going to be this low or whether it's going to be, again, this high that we're chasing. This is one scenario. If price, how do you say this, blah, blah, blah. like, where's my words? If the bias is invalidated, right here. If it's not invalidated and we bounce back from this support, we're going to start chasing this high at 85,150 approximately. Now, from there, we have a nice sell zone, which is a 4-hour sell zone. This candle here, this is an order block. So there is definitely some sell orders that are in this area. So that means that from here on, we can look for shorts, right? When price takes these two fractals, because I want to see this fractal taken and this fractal together, both fractals taken, price taps into the sell zone, gives us a confirmation to take some shorts. And this is what we're going to do. And if it doesn't react from this area in the way that I want it to, and like it breaks with like a massive bullish leg, right, on the 4-hour through this sell zone, this is a confirmation for us that price wants to give us higher prices, right? Price action wants to go higher, right? And looking at the 4-hour, our initial bias actually is still bullish. Why? Because for 2 weeks now, we've been doing the same thing, right? We've been trading this range here, right? We've taken that liquidity down here. And from here, we knew, okay, now that that's taken, we need to come and take the other liquidity, right? Because these are the indicators that we use. By the way, you guys, if you haven't bought the indicators, get them because they're very simple for everyone to use. They're just $20, almost $20 per month, and really, really easy to use. Members use it in my Discord and they love it. If you haven't joined Discord, join Discord, by the way. The link is in the description box. We have around 530 members now, which is insane to think, by the way, having the channel open for just a few weeks now. But yeah, this is what we're observing right now. Price is heavily rejecting the support zone. So that potentially means that it's time to look for buys. Okay, so are we going to do live trading or are we going to do technical analysis today? This is the question. And this is one thing that I'm still trying to figure out with you guys, whether I want to like live trade and just take the trades as we speak, or give you my price prediction. So from here, a good long would have been great. Look, the tab, it was perfect. At this, we're gonna have the stop loss. I would have put the stop loss right below this low because that means invalidation of the trade, and then we're targeting this high. This is a good 4 to 5 risk reward. Very, very beautiful trade, extremely confusing for people. So I like live trade. Shay is saying live trading. So this is what I like to see. Extremely confusing trade. Nobody else would think to take that trade. This is what I like to see, right? Emotions are very important in trading. And when you take a trade, you need to also think how uncomfortable is that trade feeling right now for you. This is huge, by the way, you guys. I know it sounds like nothing, but it's huge. So yeah, bias is playing out perfectly. It seems like from here, there is going to be buys to take our target at 85,150 approximately. So yeah, beautiful buy. That's annoying. I would have taken scalp short, scalp long. This is just perfect. But anyway, let's move on. I'm more excited to teach you guys to do all this on your own. I think that's absolutely great. But yeah, for the setup, again, this is what we expect. We have the support that we've marked with the help of our indicators. We know that price was supposed to react from here. That's what it's doing. The bias is long. Liquidity is taken from the Asia low. Liquidity is taken on the 15-minute. Invalidation is down here, so this is our stop loss, and target is up here, which is the current target using the 4-hour indicator. Very, very simple. And why are we going to exit here? That is simply because we have a sell zone on top of that, and we are actually not going to exit 100%. We would have been taking some partial profits because on a higher time frame, you guys, the situation is, in my opinion, that we're going to see higher prices for Bitcoin before another drop down. What are the yellow triangles that you use? Never seen that before. The yellow triangles or the blue triangles are liquidity formation using the indicators. Like I said, the indicators are for everyone to find. Go in the description box and you're going to see my trading indicators, and you can use them. You can attach them to your trading view, and the indicators will be yours. So on a higher time frame, we have the all-time high for Bitcoin liquidity, which is beautiful to see. But before we get that target, there is going to be, sorry for the busy chart. Actually, let's go on a cleaner chart so it's easier for you guys. Before we get to that new all-time high, there is going to be a lot of pressure that we're seeing. Right now, we're currently still bearish, you guys. This is the reality, okay? We have a rotation zone for this bearish price action at around the 89K level. So let's say if price reaches to the 89K and it's a perfect reversal point from here to continue bearish, right? So if we break that 89, what are we looking at? Sorry, $89,017. If we break that with strength, retest, that means that we're probably going to get prices even closer to 100K, where guess what? We have a massive sell zone here. I can see it with my naked eye, but if we pull the indicators, it's going to come up as well. From here, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to be looking for further shorts, because I think my personal opinion is that we're not done with price. This is not the bottom for Bitcoin. And what I've seen before in ranges like this and with price actions such as what we have right now for NASDAQ and for S&P 500, I think that even if S&P 500 is bearish, we can get a relief here and then put another leg down to, let's say, 73K, 72K, but definitely below that low to clear everyone that is trying to catch the bottom. And this is potentially going to happen very, very fast, you guys, right? There is going to be a massive wick and rejection from this area that is going to be very, very hard to trade. And again, I'm going to repeat myself from before. We had a similar situation down here with the 49K. Okay, I want you guys to understand that this is in this range is where we have institutions involved already, ETFs in play officially. So this was the situation, right? We made a low here, we made a higher low, we rallied, but we didn't make a new all-time high. We came down and look at this wick, right? Massive rejection. So this is a similar thing that I'm expecting to see. I'm expecting to see a relief rally to a point of, I don't know, it could be 98K, it could be around the 100K, I don't know, it could be around the 89K, and then we get another leg down to clear everyone, to liquidate everyone that went long here, and then start the rally. This is what I'm expecting for Bitcoin, right? I told you guys last week, and I want you to, to keep that in mind, because the situation right now is very, very similar, extremely similar. All right. This is where we're at the moment. It's a rangy situation. It's not very beautiful. But if you manage to catch a long here, I think it's not a very bad idea at all. So moving to the busy chart. Why do I use the busy chart? Because it's marked with all my levels. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Marked with all my levels. Nobody right here is going to take long down here. Do you understand? Look at this bearish candle. Look at this 3 bearish candles. Nobody is going to take a long here, right? But I'm willing to take a long here because I have a strategy and I have a bias. that's long for today and potentially for the coming days as well, right? On a weekly time frame, Bitcoin, before we move to Ethereum, I want to look at Ethereum a little bit. Actually, let's have a look at monthly. Let's have a look at monthly. This is busy chart now. So even more reason for you to look at last week as liquidity is because it's the previous week low that was formed as well, right? So let's go ahead and repeat the areas of interest. We have one more support zone at 78,253, which is going to be a very, very risky long situation. We have another zone at 75,510.8, 73,759, 72,778. Now, me personally, I'm favoring the most out of everything, 75,510 for Bitcoin, because if we break to that zone, then we're in sort of a little bit like a free fall situation where it is not impossible that we can drop a little bit further down, right, to the 72K level, and even the 69K level are not out of question. Okay, so we definitely don't want to see that. But yeah, I mean, if we see that, there's going to be some really, really good buys. Ethereum, let's have a look at ETH. I haven't been looking at ETH for quite some time now because I have zero interest in trading that that pair. But for ETH, honestly, if we start dropping down, I want to see the 1,642.2 level, and that's where I'm interested. It's the zone between 1,529 to 1,637.07. When we are in this zone, I think it's very, very smart to start looking for buys for Bitcoin. For Ethereum. All right, Solana, pretty much same thing. Buys somewhere in between. We already tapped into the zone for Sol, by the way, but I don't believe this is it. The buy zone is quite big, so we're looking at the buy zone is starting at around $98, but further downside is even possible. I don't want to see price drop below $85 on Solana, to be honest. So yeah, but I'm not taking anything on Solana before I see any confirmation on Ethereum or Bitcoin, with Bitcoin being my main interest. All right, let's go back on the busy chart for a little bit to evaluate. Okay, so from here we can see that this was the major drop, right? This was the drop down here that we had. We created a higher low. Now we're creating another higher low. This target, this candle down here is a lower low, but that doesn't change my bias, which is still long for now. Okay. My bias is long for Bitcoin, and zones of interest for sales at around 85,000 to 86,000, and then if that fails, the next one is at 89,116. And yeah, if we're actually trading like we're supposed to, we have to see upside to take this liquidity, which is at 95,000. So if anyone tells you that there is some sort of a chance that Bitcoin is going to drop to below the 76K levels at around $92,000, don't believe them. I don't think that's going to be the case, because we have liquidity at the 95K, and everything else before that, it's just a short scalp that you can take, because ultimately when price starts going up, This is what it's going to be aiming for. It's going to be aiming at this high at 95K, and then we have a resistance zone at 95.7 coupled with a sell zone at 96,430. So from here on, you know, just before the 100K, there is a big opportunity for a short, right? That's going to be very unexpected, because when price gets all the way up here, everyone is going to be super hyped. Everyone is going to be thinking, that's it, we're going to new all-time highs. But in my opinion, they're going to be wrong, right? They're going to be wrong, and we're going to take our liquidity and we're going to drop down and take this low before we start rallying again to the upside. Does that make sense? This is annoying me right now because this would have been a very good long. I only listen to you, Diamond Eyes. There's other people you can listen to. I personally like Trade Travel Chill. I think she's great. We're thinking of doing some collaborations together, which is going to be very brilliant. But you guys, also I have more collaborations coming for you, but I don't want to start anything before the Mercury retrograde finishes, which happens on the 7th of April. Yeah, of course she is. She is one of my best friends. So we are pretty much keeping the same opinion of price, which is also good to see. We don't argue over that. Sometimes it's good to have different points, but for some reason our analysis is always sort of matching about price. And she's very impressed about my targets. I'm very impressed with her entries, so we might do something for you guys. Leah legit is saying no, you're not. No, he's legit. Okay. Oh, legit. It always makes me laugh. Jesus. How's the music, by the way? Is it fun? The music is quite relaxing. Yeah, so that's it pretty much for today. These are the two trades that I saw. A short to take this liquidity, which happened, along from the support, which is what we're seeing right now, to target here. Now, if we go on a lower time frame, how am I going to trade that? If we go on a lower time frame, let's have a look. To be entirely honest with you, the entry for this trade is not very clean. On the 1 minute, let's have a look if we are seeing something. Potentially on the 3 minutes, there was a good entry as well. And of course, if you trade my indicators, I usually tend to put just a limit order down here, and that's what I do. So this would have been down here, but since I'm preparing the stream, it's not the case. But yes, don't forget, the 4-hour strategy is the 4-hour strategy, and you have to follow some sort of strategy, right? Always. You can't be just trading based on emotions, which are right now showing you that price is in a range. We're having this massive down candle, so price is still bearish, but that is not the case. Any outs? You guys, do you want me to look at any outs before we close for today? Is there a video about how to use the indicator? Yes, there is a video. If you go under videos on this channel, because you can click on either lives or videos. Just go on videos. It's the one video with the most views, the 3 trading indicators that are going to change the game for you. I think the name was something like that. So there is a video on how to use the indicators and what they show you. And anyway, if you're not in Discord, join Discord, because you can ask all the questions on earth, and I'm always over there giving daily reviews and stuff like that for price. So yeah, but you should be able to understand the indicators very fast. But yeah, these are the 2 trades for today. We had a short trade, and now we're having a long opportunity here to take this target. Will you be trading long with leverage? Yeah, I always trade leverage. This trade, I'm potentially gonna take it if... Yes, don't forget to like the stream, you guys. Like and subscribe if you haven't. I always forget to say that. I don't know why, because I'm too busy with the charts. But yeah, when I close the stream now, I'll be observing price. And if there is another entry with better confirmation, I'll probably take it. For now, I'm just focused on the charts. And again, if you wanted me to see any alt, now is the time. Usually everyone likes to look at SUI. Look at this price action for SUI. It's just absolutely, you know, it's unpleasant. APT, Edward. Okay, let's look at the APT. Let's look at APT. APT, the only area I'm waiting for, let's have a look. On the short term, $7. Melania, Sugar Cookie, are you in the Melania long? We'll have a look at it. Oh god, I didn't take that long. That was a call on Discord from Casa. But let's have a look. So $7. Yeah, I'm still waiting for Dot, by the way, and Hodo. I'm still waiting for Dot. Dot is gonna be a good trade, I think. Yeah, so I see $7 on this chart. I see $7, but before I see $7, $4.317 low needs to be taken on APT. And then we need to find some sort of support. If you have noticed here, I have an alarm for this liquidity on APT because I want to see that liquidity taken. And then I'm going to be looking for potential longs to $7 on APT. All right. There's slight unfortunate scenario that could also happen in case we bear really bad, is that there is another liquidity on APT at $3.5, and then have, you know, in a case where we go that low and we reach that liquidity at $3.5, 82 on APT, unfortunately then the first buy zone is going to be at $3.3. Not great. Absolutely on the books and yeah, and possible. However, $7 is what I think. And since we're somewhat still trading in a bullish leg on APT, I think if we're very, very lucky, we might get $16, right? If we're very, very lucky, we might get $16. And if we get $16 on APT, I'm pretty much out of this trade because I don't want to risk another $16 to what are we looking at, to $5 situation, right? I'm gonna close at around $16. If that happens, I'm pretty much happy. For the short term trading on this APT, like I said, $4.3 liquidity, then I'm looking at $7, and from then on, you know, we have to watch AVAX. AVAX, let's have a look at AVAX. Yeah, AVAX on the weekly, we have this request here. Well, see, this is the thing. We are dropping as well on AVAX, and we're trading below the 0.236 area. So essentially we are in a buy zone, but we're waiting for lower prices than this leg down here. So anything between $15 and, if we have a look, let's have a look. Yeah, like we don't want to drop to $10, but it's possible. So ideally, yeah, ideally, you know, somewhere with around this weekly fair value gap, I think this could be a good opportunity, but I'm not touching it until Bitcoin creates its low and then it's gonna be an opportunity. But I can tell you where I'm looking to exit on AVAX. So that would be in a very brilliant scenario, we're gonna see $59 and then I'm out, right? Actually, I'm gonna start exiting at around the $53 level, 53,170. There is a massive sell zone at the 0.5 at this leg as well, so that's at $36. There might be a rejection, but who cares, right? In a case that we see massive bull and we go to, let's say, $29, this could be a massive rejection as well, and we have a weekly bearish fair value gap, right? We could even, like, if we start rallying now, we could even rally to like $34 and then reject and make another low. That would be ugly, but it's absolutely possible, because yeah, I'm expecting from Bitcoin to do some crazy things as well. Did we have any other oh yeah, Melania. Let's have a look at Melania, because you guys were trading it today, weren't you? Oh my lord. Melania. So I think what you guys were trading today, from what I observed, is like you're basically trading the manipulation down here of this range low, and now we're potentially distributing to the upside. I think that's what you're trading. But for me, it's not something that you know, that I pretty much see anything on, to be honest. So maybe you have to speak to Casa about this entry, but yeah, I mean, yeah, I get it, right? I get it. Accumulation, manipulation, distribution, it's totally possible, right? But I personally don't see an entry here. Or if I enter, it's gonna be like very, very, very hard for me to calculate my entry. So I'm not sure, to be honest. Let's have a look at hi Eddie. Bitcoin on a weekly. Someone asked Bitcoin. Do you mainly trade BTC with leverage? Yes, mainly with leverage. So what's, one second, diagonal uptrend still? What does that mean? What does that mean? Diagonal? Yeah, we're in an uptrend. That's absolutely clear, right? But that doesn't mean that we can't drop down to this range here and tap into this range down here, right? And find support somewhere 69. I don't want us to go to 69. I'm honest with you guys, and I told you, like, I have a lot of zones before the 69 area. But yeah, this was not a very bad Monday, I must say. Like, we had a short setup that played out perfectly. We have a long setup that's playing out perfectly. So this is a good start of the week. It's a new type for a price action for me, so I didn't know how to trade it either. Yeah, he's got way more experience with that sort of setups. I understand where he's coming from, but you know, everyone has their own like strategy, and you know what I do. I use my indicators, and you know, I trade based on that, right? Like that's what I do. And to be fair, we trade on a lower time frame. So Tiki Wood, good night. Alrighty, guys, thank you so much for being here. So yeah, we're currently long bias until 85,150, and from there on we're taking the weekly high, and we're gonna be looking for some reactions at around the 86k level to see if we're gonna get some short-term sales or if we're gonna get a massive candle, run through it, retest, and then continuation higher, which is my preferable setup. You guys are most welcome, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much.